Pokemon 151 Japanese prices are slowly going up as the reprint stock dries up. But does that mean that it's the best booster box investment that you can make right now? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be telling you why I don't think that's the case and what I do think you should be picking up instead. Let's get straight into it. Hey guys, it's Pokemonster here, back with another Pokemon investing video. Now, over the past week or so, I've been noticing some YouTubers who I usually watch and who you probably watch as well, talking about how Pokemon 151 Japanese prices has been going up. And it seems like that news has made quite a few waves and that the price as well is indeed going up. But it really did surprise me to see just how much of a reaction it got from the community, and it did make me think about whether it's the best booster box to pick up right now. I'm going to be doing a very simple video split into 2 to 3 parts. Firstly, I'm going to be talking about the 151 Japanese prices at the moment. Then I'm going to be talking about why I don't think it's the best booster box to pick up right now. And then I'm going to be talking about what I think is the best booster box to pick up right now. And guys, just before I go in depth in this video, let me know in the comments what Japanese booster boxes you have been picking up recently. I do read the comments and I'm super interested to hear what everyone is picking up. It'll be really useful because it will give me ideas. Of course, I learned from you guys, and hopefully this video will give you guys some ideas as well. So 151 Japanese booster box prices have definitely gone up. If you look at this Amazon page, not even from a reputable seller, the new condition booster boxes are now 12,480 yen. Now, how much has it actually gone up? Let's look at another source. So now guys, we are on SneakerDunk, which is a popular Japanese middleman or reselling website. And let's take a look at the price over the past week or so. This has all really happened just in the past week. So as you can see, there was a jump around the 27th of August, where the price jumped from about 9,500 yen to 10,000 yen. And since then, in the past 2 or 3 days, it has gone up even more. So the 151 Japanese prices have definitely been going up. However, right before the price rise that happened, like literally in the past 24 hours or so, the only price rise that I saw was like a 10% price rise. And in some ways, to me, that's not news, right? That's more like something that we should be expecting from a set like Pokemon 151. And it seems like this has taken a lot of people by surprise when I feel like it shouldn't have, because in fact, one of my own predictions about Pokemon 151 was wrong. I actually thought that we would be seeing this from Pokemon 151 way sooner than right now. So whilst some other people may be portraying the recent price rise as, look at how amazing Pokemon 151 is, this is how huge the demand is, to me, this is kind of something that's expected and in fact is happening a little bit slower than I would have expected. So I just want to give a little bit of perspective on that. The price increase is still obviously impressive. We all know how good of a set Pokemon 151 is. However, in a world where we have limited money and you have to choose between 151 and something else, I do think we need to choose something else. The main reason why that is don't forget how recently Pokemon 151 came out. It may feel like it came out a long time ago. It only released a year and 2 months ago. So there's still plenty of chances for it to get reprinted even further. Now, do I have the stats to back it up? Well, as you guys know, the past never predicts the future at 100% rate, but let's take a look at some of my personal experiences of how long it takes before Pokemon stop reprinting modern sets. Okay guys, so looking at my orders around August of 2022, you will see that I bought 2 booster boxes of Astonishing Volt Tackle. So Volt Tackle came out on September 18th, 2020, and it had a reprint in August of 2022. So that means that there was a gap of a year and 11 months. Pokemon 151, a much more popular set, a set that's now rising in price. Pokemon Company is definitely going to be taking notice of that. What does that mean? It means that we still have a bit of the reprint window to go before Pokemon 151 stops being reprinted. Now, don't take this as definitive that Pokemon 151 Japanese is definitely being reprinted, but just based on past experience and given how popular the set it is, in my opinion, it's pretty likely that it's going to get reprinted again. Now, what happens to the price between now and the reprint? Who knows, it's probably going to go up a little bit more and you can probably make money in that time if you're looking to flip. Here we're talking about Pokemon investing though, we're talking about long-term holding. I think there's still plenty of time for Pokemon 151 to be reprinted. Now the price is sort of going up already. I think it's a bad time to like be FOMOing into it. Don't kill me if it goes up to like 20,000 yen from 12,000 yen, but it is my opinion that you will get a further chance to pick it up later on in 2025. And just remember that by the time 2025 comes around, we're going to get all of these hype sets, battle partners, glory of Team Rocket, and potentially some sets based on mega evolutions. So Pokemon 151 will fade even further down into the memory. There might be even less interest or competition for you to buy those boxes at that point. Obviously not a guarantee, but that's my reasoning as to why I don't think you should panic about 151. Moving on to what I think is a better buy than 151 at the moment. I know it's going to be controversial, but it is going to be, as the thumbnail suggests, Lost Abyss. Guys, and full disclaimer before I go into talking about Lost Abyss, just remember I do have some Lost Abyss boxes myself. Equally, I do have 151 boxes myself. Full transparency, I do own both of these sets. Now, as you guys know, Lost Abyss is pretty much the Japanese equivalent of Lost Origin. Think about how popular Lost Origin is as a Sword and Shield set. After Evo Skies, Chilling Reign, then comes Lost Origin, right? The Japanese version of Lost Abyss has had a reprint which has been rolled out across Japan over the past month or so. The price has pretty much halved instantly. So before the reprint, the prices were about 22,000 yen. Looking at this on pokedata.io, look at how far Lost Abyss has dropped from the Japanese peak of what it was, from about 200 bucks down to 71 bucks now. That's a massive drop and a very affordable box to pick up. If you guys need a reminder of what is in the set itself, looking at the set list for Lost Abyss very quickly, don't forget how many nice cards it has got in there. Giratina, being one of the most popular Pokemon, especially from Gen 4, has a full art version, a rainbow version, a gold version, and an alt art version, which still remains one of the top 5 alt arts from the Sword and Shield era. On top of that, you got the second place from Aerodactyl with that Jurassic Park background. Even the Rotom I think is super cool, perhaps a bit underrated in value. And then obviously the price has gone down a lot, but for those that used to collect female trainer supporters, you have Lady and you have Fantina. So overall, I think this is a fantastic set list. And in my opinion, the current price of Lost Abyss is undervalued. Now, as I mentioned, Lost Abyss had a reprint rolled out across Japan in August of 2024. So let's take a quick look at that. And what you'll see, if we look at this website giving us some information of how it was rolled out, as you can see around the 2024 dates, a lot of these shops, the resale or reprint for Lost Abyss has already ended. As of the 31st of August, which is today's date of recording, Lost Abyss was being resold at Lawson. So I don't know exactly how the system works in Japan, but it's clear that some of the big name convenience stores will get their own stock. Finally, before you invest in Lost Abyss, just take a look at this tweet from this guy. Personally, I cannot vouch for this guy, a Japanese account, saying that Lost Abyss will have a very low resale quantity, so production will be increased even further. Now guys, this is the only source that I could find that actually mentioned this, so I would take it with a pinch of salt. And even if there were a restock, I would expect it to happen in the current period, and I don't think it would be so huge so as to move the market in a major way. So I've talked about the set list, I've talked about the current price being undervalued for Lost Abyss, but what is the number one factor as to why I'm recommending it as the best Japanese booster box investment to make right now? It really goes back to the whole reprint window thing, because Lost Abyss is a Sword and Shield set, and it is the earliest Sword and Shield set that's been caught in the recent wave of reprints. If we look at the Japanese release date for Lost Abyss of 15th of July 2022, that is now over 2 years ago. So why is Lost Abyss a better pickup than Pokemon 151? It's not because Lost Abyss is a better set, it's because I think that out of the two, I'd put my bets on the fact that Lost Abyss is much less likely to see another reprint again, bar this last wave that tweet mentioned potentially. But even then, Pokemon 151 has been out for a year and 2 months. Lost Abyss has been out for 2 years and 1 month. In my opinion, this really is one of the last windows that you've got to pick up Lost Abyss, right? It's been out for 2 years. Sword and Shield is well into the distant memory now. People were scared about EV Heroes getting a reprint, Sword and Shield, and whilst that may still be possible, we have not seen any further news about that in the last 3 months or so since the Lost Abyss, Incandescent, and Paradigm Trigger reprints were announced. Taking a look at the various risks, I think Lost Abyss now is very cheap and much less likely to get reprinted again than Pokemon 151. On top of that, it is pretty much an S tier set. On top of all of that, from my personal experience, people were not really able to get much of Lost Abyss on release in 2022. The same situation has sort of happened with this reprint, like it's been very difficult to source legitimate boxes for me. In terms of the quantity that's out there on the market, I would imagine that there's way more Pokemon 151. That obviously gets offset by the huge demand that 151 has, but still I think it is an advantage for Lost Abyss to be lower in quantity and in fewer hands if we are talking about Pokemon investing specifically. Now, before you put your money into Lost Abyss, remember that there is a reseal risk for Japanese booster boxes. However, the best thing about a reprint coming out is that it gives you the opportunity to buy boxes when they're at their freshest and least likely to have passed through multiple hands. But if I'm just comparing the two opportunities right now, Pokemon 151, which is going up, Lost Abyss, which is still sitting where it is, I think that's crazy. I do think that there aren't enough eyes on Lost Abyss at the moment. Like, it's such a good set. If people were paying like 130 pounds for it before, like, why are they not willing to pay $70 US for it now? Like, it just baffles me like how crazy good this opportunity is, because the price that you can get Lost Abyss for right now is the same price as what it was when it first came out. Like, I've been paying 57 to 60 pounds for my Lost Abyss in my latest round, which is exactly what I was paying when it came out in 2022. And to bring this all together, I think that Lost Abyss is a fantastic opportunity right now. I think it's got a much lower risk of a further reprint like in 5 months or after this latest wave compared to Pokemon 151. The title of this video is which is the best investment to buy right now, and for right now I think it's Lost Abyss because of what I've said. And let me know what you guys think. If you do enjoy my content, I'd really appreciate it if you could like, comment, and subscribe. I'm aiming to get to 1,300 subscribers by the end of September. Let's see if we can do that. Thanks so much for watching and happy collecting.